Thank you for watching here on YouTube live at Blooming Light at Blooming's Tribe. If you happen to be logging in live, I believe it's Sunday, August the 24th or 25th. It's approximately 6:15 p.m. Central Standard Time in Southeast Texas. Okay, in the United States of America, if you happen to be logging on live. If y'all happen to be logging in at a later time of day and you're a non-toxic, non-crazy, non-fucked up, non-toxic, non-fucked up, non-thirsty nigga bitch, non-will do anything for a suck, a buck, a truck, a fuck, non-bigot, presumptuous, assumptuous, and take federally, criminally acts based on such I have to keep my composure with this one. I did a private, not a private, well, a private live. Let me rephrase that. I did a private live. It's not listed. It is private. Only those who have, you have to have a Google account. I would need your email. You have to have a link, even if you try to click on it. But if you're not in that account, it won't even register. Okay, I did that a little bit earlier while I was outside. I gotta get my composure, collective, and you may, when you click on this video someday, you may have to be getting your composure at that time, depending on how this might relate to you or your story as a targeted individual. They had you fucked up. Somebody done told their ass wrong. But that's not really what the kicker is. You know, somebody telling somebody wrong, getting, blase, blase. That ain't really, you're going to have to keep your composure. Hopefully you're working with frequencies and so forth and doing different things like I am. Because this has been the whole feed. Their whole little sadistic, and I'm going to say satanic, when I use it, I'm not even using it in the traditional sense because I've just come to know the truth about, you know what I'm saying, a lot of this shit. So from when I say certain shit, I'm not really using it in a traditional sense that we have come to understand. Okay? When I say it, I'm referencing these people's sick nature. These youngsters, these old dusties, old 1,000-year-old motherfuckers to the fucking okay. Whew, okay, let me get the message. It's on. It's on now. See, collective, this is what happened. Your family, you already know this though. This part is not really new. You came possibly to a lot of this awareness maybe over the last year or so, year and a half, in terms of, you knew how they were when you were near them, but in terms of their intricate involvement, that's what's really unfolding. Okay. When I say your family, I'm just going to say this could be, again, your caretakers, people who, you know what I'm saying, you grew up with, whatever the case may be. A lot of us is getting so much information. It's almost, I think they banked on you being disoriented just because of that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you might not even be the fuck who, nigga, kind of shit. That's a whole nother fucking, you know what I'm saying, aspect, curveball. But for those of you that may not have anything to do with it, with the exception just, you know, toxic, karmic family, scapegoat, you know, weirdy shit. Okay? And y'all bear with me. I like to own my experience, but I'm also working on my frequency. Because I didn't call some judgments like, oh, you didn't make some money. Very well. You done made some shit off this show. I'ma fuck you up. So bad. So bad. You ain't gonna see it coming. You're gonna be blindsided, and I'm gonna be seated in one spot. Mm-hmm. Your family, or the people who I ain't gonna say cared for you, nigga, the motherfuckers you grew up with. I'm gonna rephrase that. People who cared for you, them degenerate bitches and niggas. This thing went so far because you broke trauma bonds and you left they skanky tronic asses. They were already doing shit. They already had secrets. They were all of that was there long before you possibly left the state in which you were born in. You know, long before they already had. These holdbacks followed you around the country, bitch. They did it in a sneaky way, though, as the cowards they are. They did it in the sneaky way. Behind your back, hooking up with like-minded degenerates. They scapegoated you like you were them to all these people. Like you were some mentally deranged, mentally ill, and unstable. Y'all know it's the same story. We've heard this time and time again. That's the go-to. Like you were the one that's into some weird shit because you were, you know, practicing your, you know, spirituality, expanding, because you ain't a cowardly bitch. You ain't a cowardly whole bag bitch. That hides herself behind religion in which you know full well, trollop, that you don't fucking live. telling people that the collective is, oh, they're mentally ill, they're unhinged, they're just unstable, and they're lazy, and they're, they're all these things, they're flighty, and they're always doing this. Not true. It's kind of what they always do. That's their vibe. They can't sit still. That's a karmic. That's their vibe. And they played on all of these. And I'm going to say this. It's because it's truth. And if this is you, these people, they played into the ignorance of people. As simple as that. They played their cards, and they played them fucking well. They played into the ignorance, the insecurities, the greed, the lust. In other words, like some of the scriptures that they always regurgitating, bitch, 24/7. Can't nobody apply shit, dumbass. They played into that. They could smell it. They're narcissists. They're covert narcissists. They're communal narcissists. Religious narcissists and spiritual narcissists. They're narcissists. And sociopathic. The other night when I went out, and I went to the gym, and I think I did a live there with y'all, and then when I left, when I stepped out the door to leave, and I stopped and I was scanning. I do that sometimes. I'll be just standing there. It's not like I'm moving. I'm just standing in one spot. And I'll be scanning near and far. And I remember saying, because they're cowards. The people that they have forefront, okay, they know that I'm not gonna, even though I can sniff these ops, and they possibly know this by now, but they know that I'm not going to necessarily immediately know whether or not, the connection to them per se. Okay, so that's a part of why they do that. But as I was scanning, I said to myself, and then I did my own little ritual there. While I was standing there, I ran a little sequence. Kind of chuckled, because it seemed like, I didn't get to find out, because as soon as I did it in my head, 2 seconds or 3 seconds afterwards, my eyes caught it was at a distance. Just like that. It went zzz, zzz, like I'm serious, like zzz, right over there. And then the person I was hit, like they were hurrying up. It was far, bitch, but it was still it was still within it was still close enough to where they could see the interest of Crunch Fitness. So that means it was close enough for me to see the car. It looked like it was a blue color. I could be wrong because they had their lights off and it was dark. But soon as after I did that, I ran a sequence. That person, that because it was somebody not in the car. They got in the car. I guess the person started it up, and they turned. They didn't cut the lights on right away, and they went like they was leaving. I was like, wait. I was like, wait, no, don't go. And I laughed. I was like, don't go. Because I think that, I don't know. I didn't get to confirm it. Because I think I would have been brave. I was brave enough that day because I was like, boy, I said, I did a scan because I was like, reveal. We're not going to play this trickster, bitch. If you here, you going to face me, bitch. You're going to stop hiding behind your little weak ass posse. Strap on the power. Beyond your little spell work, bitch. Behind that, could you do anything else, ho? Anyway. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm sorry, I'm saying, can't do shit. I'm dizzy ass. So, whew, these people infiltrated into the collective lives, projected the story that's actually true of them while they hid behind their Mercedes Benz and they fucked for it. Yeah, I'm gonna tear them up. Tear them up gun pony, bitch. It's the truth. Check it out. See, collective, you weren't even on that kind of vibe in your life. You done been new dirt on your people, honey. You been new. That's why they try to hurry up and get in. You see, that's how narcissists do. Because they know you know. So they try to take on the persona of you. See, that's what these motherfuckers did. They tried to take on the persona of me. They've been stalking, y'all. This ain't new. They've been stalking my social media. I haven't just became a content creator. Newsflash. This ain't a Texas thing. I've been a content creator on various aspects and parts of my life in different seasons. Collective, just like you maybe. So they done been studying and rehearsing, bitch, this whole time. Because they don't have it naturally, thank you. It was a setup. They were working with the Beaumont Housing Authority from the beginning. My shit was hacked from the beginning. It didn't just get hacked. It counts, and this is not new to Texas. It infiltrated to Texas. Southeast Texas, by the way, for the the non-fucked up corrupt officials that I'm aware of that's been brought to my attention. Some of you are already here. Others of you may not be yet. If you're wanting to know, I'm going to continue to add info. Just in case as part of the investigation, you have to look into me, and a part of looking into me is my social media. So if California, Inland Empire, Pomona, LA County, Nevada. Okay, this would include Henderson. This would include North Las Vegas. This would include, Centennial Hills. This would include Henderson. Um, damn. What's that other motherfucker? Anyway, Nevada. Now, Southeast Texas specifically, you are going to want to hit Lumberton, Silsbee, Coombs, Medora, Biter, possibly, Jefferson County, Beaumont, Hardin County, Beaumont Housing Authority, like I said. Okay, and you're going to want to look into all my sons. You all have his information as well. You're going to want to look into his contracts with Beaumont Housing Authority, and you're going to want to look at his landlords that he's had since he's been here. You want to look at the residents and neighbors of each location. And you're going to want to look at the staff of each location. And you'll find good and plenty of information, if you guys haven't already. Now, these people, they wanted these people to shut the collective down, social media, because the relatives already knew that. That's what they were jealous of. That's what they were burning up about, in part. That ain't the only thing. This shit has been happening since forever. So they wanted these locations to basically try to punk the collective. By way of how they manufactured the situation. By way of the fact that it was like walking into New Age version of Pleasantville. A town that's stuck. They wanted these people to play a role in trying to make sure that you didn't do your spiritual practices, that you were restricted or limited in some way, and they really they acted like it was something toxic that you were doing, and that they were hoping that you can repent and come back to the Lord. Repent and come back to the Lord. The killers want somebody to repent and come back to the Lord. The killers, the Black Widows, the bullies, the thieves, the rapists, the human traffickers, want someone to repent and come back to the Lord. The human traffickers want someone to repent and come back to the Lord. Those who get insurance money, they made that their life sustenance, want somebody to repent and come back to the Lord. This is why it's taken me a while to even do this message, because I'm like, I ain't never seen such dumbness on full display in all my days. The very ones that encouraged and got people to agree to poison a disabled young man and his mother want somebody to repent and come back to the Lord. So they just said, they told people this is the story. And when you go to a land that don't know no better, then that's what they'll believe. Because again, if the location was outdated by 40 years or so, they banked on that. They knew what they were doing when they knew full well Southeast Texas. You ain't gotta be a fucking genius. They was building an army of lynch mob. That was the whole plan. Where they don't have to show their hand. They get to pretend to be off somewhere in another state, clueless as to what happened. Making deals with motherfuckers with shit that belongs to us. Convincing people, they knew people were jealous and insecure. Like begets like. They can smell it. So they had these people to watch the collective, while simultaneously the secret is that they had the entire time already been doing painful spell work on the collective and their children, which they claim the opposite. They had already started interfering with the collective's careers, jobs, friendships, lovers. That's prior to their current state. And as they provoked and triggered and antagonized and abused and tortured them continually through the entire process, them and their kids, and as certain things took effect naturally, so hell, some of these people, if I did what they've done, man, please, if I did just 2%, some of these motherfuckers will already be in the grave somewhere crying like a bitch. As this unfolded, and as they have all these people watching the collective, triggering them, this is the process of them trying to unravel everything, banking on people's ignorance. It's like, see, they're crazy, playing with their giftings, because this trickster bitch, that's about all she know. That's her soul resonance, nigga. That's all she know. Every time she think I'm getting too close to cracking the case, every time she thinks I get too close to getting her neck in my hands, every time she thinks I'm getting too close or something is turning, she tried that abracadabra Ursula C. Witch trickster shit. I'm dead. Make her think I'm dead. Because she'll do a reading, bitch. And because I'm doing my trickster shit, that's what's going to come up as an energy. And then I could turn around and say, see, she's going, oh my God, she's crazy. She's not real. She's not legit. Oh my God, like, oh my God. I'm scared. Yeah, right, bitch. She tried every time. Just like every time, collective, you know what I'm talking about. Where you at, fam? Feminine, honorable feminine, where you at? You know what I'm talking about by now. You know what I'm talking about by now. Every time you finna crack the case, or every time you get your grips on something and it's something that's finna to whoop, like you finna to really blow some shit out the fucking water, you finna, whoop, you finna remember, bitch, whatever the case. What always happened around that time? What's typical to come to start happening? The people that's being your haters and stuff, they try to play dead. And so in that case, in some cases, they're trying to elicit some kind of sadness or some kind of empathy, because again, it is not something that you want. That's not this, you didn't want it to have to be the way it is, but you've accepted that. Some people cannot let go of their issue. So every time those people, they try to play dead, they try to play sick, they try to play anything they can play. Okay, on that end. On the other end, every time you really fencing a woo, what happened, fam? You feel somebody's pull, don't you? Somebody, some masculine somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Woo. Some masculine somewhere talking about, you know what I mean? Talking about, I love you. All of a sudden, huh? Some masculine from somewhere every time. What is that? A distraction. It's a distraction. Look, I'm not opposed healthy what's real and true. Okay, but one of the things that I'm starting to do is pattern recognition. And since that's something that I'm incorporating, I'm looking at pivotal moments of my life. And if it's at certain pivotal moments where all of a sudden, you see that? And if there's been a pattern where it is something that looks like so-called synchronicity and all of those things, and then only to have it turn out to be just yet another ploy. Hey, y'all use your wisdom and discernment. If shit is real and healthy, and that's great, beautiful. Hey, but we have to keep in mind where I'm at in life right now is I don't have space for cowards. Where me and my son's life is and the atrocities that we have experienced and that we are still experiencing, I do not have room for cowards in my life. I don't. Because I'm not people's emotions, triages, and band-aids. I don't have room for cowards. Old or new ones. To me, it don't matter. Old motherfuckers, new. I don't have room. Here's where it's at. Anybody that has known or seen, and then they're cowards. And to me, they're suspect. They're suspect. I know they be scared, y'all. I know there's a lot to this thing. I've lived it, I see it, I get it. I do. However, with very few exceptions, okay, and sometimes exceptions, but I ain't finna, this all I'm finna say. Even if something's real, here's where I'm at. I'm being silly, but here, check. My priority is justice. The end. That's my damn priority. My priority is justice for my son and for me. My priority is our health, our well-being. All of the things in which these individuals have continually tried to rob from him and me. And a part of that justice is truth being revealed and exposed, and retribution being properly executed. That's my focus. Romance is not forefront of my life right now. It's not. Because ain't nobody finna get the precious golden goods anyway. I ain't finna harvest shit. You ain't getting shit. Go get it from the skanks. Go get it from the skanks. That pisses me off. It trips me out. Go get it from them skanks. Convoluting my shit. Go manifest off of they pussy. Hit my healing virtue and shit. I'm feeling sad. Well, where's the whole bags? Your harem of horrors. That was wonderful. What happened? Okay, I for real. I talk that way because we're talking about the patterns of the collective. The Honorable Feminine recognizing what has been going on, possibly lifetime after lifetime, the hijack, the trick, the false programs and grids, time after time. And what's been used to keep that going. Back to what I'm saying. So they perpetuated the story while simultaneously harassing and torturing you in the background and spell work and all those stuff. And then having people watch you while everybody pretending to not be doing that. And then turning around and saying, see, blase, blase. And then, wearing their religious hat and uniform to appease these people. And, playing on the ignorance, playing on the insecurities, playing on the egos, playing on that. They played and played and played it. They knew people were going to be triggered by the collective because they were. Dumb. So they banked on it. So I have something to talk about, but I see, and that's why this, and that's why this is happening, and they're going through this because they left the path of the Lord, and we're just, we're concerned. So would you give them some poison so that we can get power of attorney, and we'll give you some of the money. No, I'm fucking with some energy here. I'm fucking with them a little bit. Then they started coaching. They end up recruiting a bunch of young whippersnappers, a bunch of young bucks. Okay? Because they know they the easiest ones and the cheapest. And very impressionable. So they ended up coaching these people, this organized community harassment groups and teams of folks that they, end up gathering over time. Including from the landlords. See, they coach the landlords too. Surprise, bitches. Okay. They coach them on how to deal with me. They coached these people about what me and my son's traumas are. Essentially, what we went through and how to basically fuck with us because of it. And they said stuff like this. Oh, she's non-confrontational. She really does not like conflict. She, was bullied most of her life, primarily through us. Primarily through everyone else. And so she, her focus is, she's really tired. She's like, tree hugger. She's kumbaya. She's more concerned with her priority is her son. So even if she feels a certain way or she wants, to say or do something, she probably won't because she's all he's got. And so she is always thinking of, you know, if I do this, this happens, this could affect him. If I go out here, get out to fight and beat the holy hell out of a whole skanky ass, then I might go to jail. And then what, you know, what's going to happen to my son? And so she, even if she wants to do that, if she gets to that, she's not, because she doesn't want her son to be, you know, left to the state or left alone, and you know, while she gets arrested, or if something do happen to her in a fight and you know she has to go to the hospital. So she's going to avoid conflict. He's nervous, he's edgy, he doesn't like certain loudnesses, he doesn't like crying babies, he doesn't like, you know, he, those things. And so she's going to be trying to avoid that for him. She's going to be trying to. So even if she wants to slap the bejesus out of you, slap you into the middle of next week, she is going to just simply just go, you know, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You can torture her and him that way. So you can keep them agitated, you can keep them nervous, you can keep them trauma, you keep them triggered. And you can get them to comply, and you can get them, you know, they're not going to do anything. She's not going to do anything. Yeah, she's not going to do anything. She doesn't want her son to get, you know, in any imposition, and, you know, she doesn't like feeling ganged up upon. All narcissists and all these types of people, they're all cowards. I'm gonna stand on that. People who gotta roll, I saw that on social media. If you gotta do that, you're a cowardly bitch and you're a cowardly nigga, and your whole community is a community of cowards. The end. Because anybody that's gotta do that for one person, coward. So that's what they told these people, you know, that's going to overwhelm her. This is, you know, this will be the, you know, just, you know, overwhelm her, overwhelm him, you know, surround her with ghetto fact. Ah! Surround her with people like me. Because I'm one of her first bullies. I mean, no, because you can get her, y'all can ambush her into a corner. We can get her to a place where she won't come outside, because she's gonna feel so overwhelmed and ambushed and harassed by all of us retarded motherfuckers. And the fact that, you know, there's attempts at her life and her son's life, and we're putting poison in this and that, and so she don't know what to think about this. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I mean, it's in the name of the Lord so that she can repent. And as she attempts to get support and as she attempts to get answers, and you know, since this is a deep state, that's going to lead her to exhaustion and frustration, and just hopefully we can get her into the energy of giving up, you know, or wanting to commit suicide, or get into, we can maybe fashion some kind of accident. And she won't do anything. She won't say anything. She'll feel ambushed. She'll feel all these things. She won't do anything. She won't say anything. So this is a surefire thing. This is an easy thing to do if you stick to the script. I will admit that it is taking every ounce of who I am to not fuck a whole lot of people up good and plenty, physically. It's taking every ounce of my strength and resolve and intelligence to not fuck all this shit up. To not just fucking put all kind of, have somebody put all kind of shit. To not have these, you know, because they're not the only ones that could be slick. To have somebody else do it. And then hide in my hand the way they do. What? I don't know, officer. I was in here in the prayer closet. These people start getting consequences. And they all piled on as they get consequences. They came for our lives. And then shit started happening to their lives. And the Black Widow did some old spells on their dumb asses. That's her. Oh my God, she's doing spells on your people. Because she's mad. It's still stupid, because it's like, here you are, this is your army, this is your staff of people that you've hired to commit federal crimes. And the same thing that still comes out the mouth is, she's mad because I have y'all, you know, doing this and that, so she's doing stuff to you or your people, versus I got you by your head and I have you committing federal offenses. On an innocent life, on a disabled person, for money, and you can't. This is why I'm able to have a spell on your ass. You can't even put that together. They knew this place was slow. They talking about each and every one of you, by the way. Ooh, that'll be fun. Let me see something. Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with this shit. And then when this comes out, then everybody gonna be like, I don't know. We can say we won't say nothing, fuck about it. Cause see, they put all this stuff on us. We ain't bothering nobody. I'm gonna say that again. Collective ain't did nothing to, ain't bother nobody, and we ain't did nothing to nobody. The only thing that we've ever done is push people's nasty shit right back at their skankatronic asses. That's what we've done. Somebody done told them wrong, no, and I think they are about to get a glimpse of how wrong. That's what's about to happen. That's gonna happen. They're about to get a glimpse of how wrong they was done told. Yes, sir. But let's see, what's the real truth? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. What is this whole bags of a family of mine? And let me rephrase that. These suckers I grew up with. And they trash bag connects. Give me the truth. Give us the truth. Like, truth. Truth. Their true thoughts, their true feelings, and things that they actually say to other people when they go back to their hometown. Truth. What do they, like, for real, what's the truth? And I'm doing this because these are professional, delusional liars. This is pathology. They believe it when they're saying it. But they're good at this shit. It's been their whole existence. This has been cemented into their bones, into their DNA. What do they be saying to people when they shape shift and they go back to their hometown? How they really think it feel about these people that they done recruited to be their little minions, to do their dirty work, their bidding. Give us the truth, and then let this unfold, explico as it needs to, right in front of everybody. Truth, proof. I have dirty little secret down low love affair. What the hell is that about? Okay. What do they be saying to those that maybe these are people that they could possibly trust, because they're not going to be saying this to nobody that they think this would link out to. So what do they be saying? Okay. I have synchronicity coming out in the reverse, and then bargaining and begging, negotiator in the reverse. They could be basically saying these people are stupid, that they're not paying attention to the signs, that they didn't even have to really do much. that these people they are not in sync, because it says synchronicity in reverse. Like they didn't have to do much to get them to fuck up some shit. Like they're not paying attention to the signs themselves that would warn them otherwise. Unconditional is in the reverse. Genuine, certain love in the reverse. They may say something like, you know, they really don't know what love is, or they can't tell that I'm like not, yeah, like this ain't even real. That it was easy to basically manipulate them here, to do it. In terms of like relationships and stuff, like it was easy to manipulate them to, because they were not paying attention to the signs. Irreconcilable differences, divorce, offer on the table, proposal commitment in the reverse. They didn't pay attention to something. To like mess up a relationship. Yep, they think they're blind. I told you that they're blind to the truth. I told you, I knew it. I was like, yeah, they saying something else to the people that they trust. It says denial, not facing truth, irrational reasoning. Like they could pull, basically they're easy to manipulate. They're easy to fool. They don't see the truth. They can't see the truth with this denial here. Codependency, single in the reverse, current status available. That maybe this person was a player or codependent or had somebody else, or definitely codependency issues. They may be saying like these people got codependency issues. They're in denial. These people don't face the truth. Irrational reasoning. It's easy to convince them to chase somebody. Yep, look, chaser, hot pursuit, bounty hunter. Yep, that this was easy to do. That they thirsty. Woo-hoo. She's saying that this shit's easy to do. That motherfuckers is thirsty and she leave them wanting more. That's how she, she clouding. She clouding. She clouding. Oh, this is sad. Because she's clowning the ones that's clocking up karma on their asses for her. Karmic third-party relationship lesson. Chess game. She feel like she got them. In the past, today, in the past, she got them. It says talk, conversation, get on the same page. Yeah, she said this is easy to do. Yeah. This person has a history. It's easy to build like a pattern here. They don't see the truth. They're in denial, not facing the truth that there's no love here. If she was using love kind of shit, it's unconditional love in reverse. Oof. So basically she don't love. That she's just there to fuck up. To fuck up some shit. To make sure that somebody else don't get unconditional love. To make sure somebody else don't, get married, or make sure somebody else don't see the truth about something. And she's saying they're very easy, lustful. It's easy to get them in karmic games. Yeah, journal, writing, diary, keep. It's easy. All she had to do is send some messages, read it. Gossip. Yep. There's her gossip. It says gossip, petty, jealousy, envy. It's easy to get them riled up because she like begets like. It's easy to do. Poison, toxic, unhealthy. Yep, that's what she's saying. Isn't it ironic? The ringleader is claiming to people that she, you know, trust and confide in, that wouldn't say anything, or is actually saying that her recruitees are toxic and unhealthy people. And it's easy to get them to be petty, get them to act out of jealousy. All she's got to do is give them a little bit of something right here, and they'll be wanting more, and they'll be willing to do anything. Oh. And won't never quit, because it's got completion, lesson, learning, reverse. They don't learn their lesson. They don't care. She knows she recruited a bunch of youngsters, a bunch of petty youngsters, motherfuckers. All she's got to do is recall, do some kind of like, you know, reminiscing, shit like that. She's got them trauma bonded. It says roller coaster, highest high, and adrenaline rush. So these are adrenaline junkies. They don't know that they're trauma bonded. And that they're not protected. Jesus Christ. She's saying all she got to do is go down memory lane and take away their protection, or they don't realize that. Good gracious, God, what is this? Oh, they don't know. For some of them, if they are repeat offenders, then she's saying they don't learn nothing, because some of them has already got a history possibly with this energy, and she threw them under the bus. So she's kind of like, they all I gotta do is fuck them, or get them in a reminiscent energy, or and put them in a compromising position. Protections in the reverse. Gravy. Yep, poison them, go have some drinks, nigga. I got nightlife, gamble, take take a risk, Vegas. That's where it's at. Get them drunk, fuck them. And start reminiscing, put a little sprinkle. Roofie up, you know. A little threesome. All she gotta do is take them out, show them a good time. That's how she gets them in a vulnerable position, and that's how she gets them to do shit. The nightlife. Get a little taste. For some, she's saying like, they don't even know. Like she'll flip the script. Watch what I say. She'll end up flipping the script, acting like her recruitees are drama, and end up ghosting them like they if the heat gets on. If the heat gets on and some shit, ooh, ain't that about a bitch? God dang motherfuckers, all kind of shit. The fuck? What else? What's the truth about how she really feel and think and things she say about these people, her recruitees, her minions, her footmen? Truth, not what she telling them. Truth. got land back. It's coming the reverse, and then I got simp. Oh, is she trying to say they is simp? That's the card said simp with the zipper, with the she might say they're simp, but that they might talk too much or something like that. And then I have fashion, which in the reverse, she may actually talk about them. Like whatever she claimed to be wonderful, she might be clowning their clothes. Oh, that's fucked up. Privilege is coming in the reverse. Square, black square. Ass kisser, brown nose. Okay. Brown nosing. Shadow, funny. It's funny how the shadow is identifying shadow. They might be shadowing her, or always want to be around her, like brown nosing her. Oh, podcast, interesting. Red flag. Maybe this person was willing to harass you, collective, doing whatever, like brown nosing. That this person didn't see the red flags. Like they're saying, like this person, or some of them are just, I don't know what this yummy is with the empath, the red flag. They just thirsty. They just, maybe they like this empath, or they, trauma bonded. Yep, there it is. They're trauma bonded to them, which is trauma bonded. They're saying like they're a red flag, or they want to be a legend. They're a vampire. What the hell? Or do anything for them or something like that. She may even be trying to say that they're draining her. Cult leader. So this could be a different cult leader that she recruited. She can be saying one of them is a coward. Anyway, let's get the tarot. And then I'm just going to wrap this up. Child, they done told people wrong. They done flipped this thing. They done projected. They done did all kind of detestable shit, thinking that this is just going to be easy just to punk you and your kid and do all kind of shit. And you weren't going to ever say nothing. You weren't going to ever do nothing. She's calling them crazy or unintelligent. With the King of Swords in the reverse, she could be saying that they're not that intelligent. Okay, King of Swords reverse could represent somebody that is cold, detached, mean, crooked, but also she can be trying to imply that this person is unintelligent. A narcissist or unintelligent. High Priestess in the reverse. That's just that distortion. So they don't really know about this kind of stuff, maybe, or something with their secrets, or don't have an intuition. They don't really have an intuition is what she could be saying. King of Swords reversed. Not that intelligent, don't have an intuition, and don't have any insight. And Page of Swords reversed, they don't learn their lessons. But that they're thirsty, and they will continue to do the same thing just for a little bit. A love offer. Yeah, they'll do anything. They'll take offers. They'll give offers. They'll take offers to stop the collective here. They'll do anything to take, anything to get, even to somebody who's gifted, even to somebody. See how this shit is? They know full what they're doing, and so they're clowning because they know the truth. Yeah. To stop something and poison somebody. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Like they not really feeling them like that. Eight of Pentacles reverse. Magician reverse. Yeah. They're toxic and they'll do anything, basically, is what she's saying. They don't have any sense of direction. They don't have any development. They're fake. They're empty and shallow, and so they'll do anything. They don't follow their own inner guidance or intuition, so they'll do anything if the price is right. Because they don't have, control over their own lives, control over themselves, control over their lust, control over their passions, control over their emotions, their arrested development. And that she can't wait till this is over or some shit like that, with the world coming out. Like, she may, I can't wait till this is over, or this may be very well what she throws them under the bus. The World, Three of Wands, the Sun, and Two of Swords in reverse. Where she ends up scapegoating some of these people. That's what she really saying. Like, this ain't even, what I'm saying? They're not that intelligent, this and that, and they're just too thirsty, and they're just, they don't have their emotions and stuff together, and they're, they're getting us exposed, and because they, they're over the top, but they told them to, anyway. Let's get our final message. Collective, keep doing what you're doing, honey. Y'all keep with these frequencies. But, doing what you got to do to navigate this whole shit. But they definitely were told wrong, okay? You all are just alchemists, and you choose and pick your battles, and you go through, moments where you prioritize. It's okay. Right now, I'm just going to take care of the house, the kids, and, some self-care, since I am dealing with all of the, trashy shit. But then you flip the script, But that has to happen, because sometimes they get in an illusion of thinking that this shit finna be sentient. This shit finna get real. This shit finna get real. What does the collective need to know about this shit in terms of what's going to end up playing out regarding these people that really got told wrong and was whatever, man? What's about to happen maybe within the next few months or so? This persistent bullshit here. What's about to happen to these motherfuckers? This whole situation that then got way the fuck out of hand. Okay? Newsflash, for the record, none of our religious beliefs gives us the jurisdiction to presume and assume that when certain things happen to us and our family, that it must be at the hand of somebody who believes something differently than you. That's ignorance, and that's laziness, and that's negligence, and that's presumption. Number 2. Due process. When our suspicions are correct, if and when that is the case, our belief system doesn't give, that's not our green light to exploit. They did it. I think they did it. And as a result, I want to exploit. Our so-called spirituality and religious beliefs, if they're sincere and wholehearted, should be something that is a compass to reflect to us our conduct and behavior and life choices and how we're showing up in this world and how we're treating other people, as to reflect to see if that might play a role in some of the shit that's happening. If our religion and our spirituality is sincere and wholehearted and true to life, it's supposed to be serving in that way. That first you're able to look at yourself before you're trying to fine tooth comb someone else and attempt to blame someone else for something. Did you take a dirty deal? Is that your life? Then you need to look at yourself and not try to look at somebody with another spirituality or belief system and assume that surely it has to be that. No, maybe surely in some cases it's just life. Shit happens to every last one of us. In some cases, you're partnered with the Black Widow, the Black Widower. You made a dirty, nasty deal. You got nastiness going on and you ain't reflecting on that. You tried to kill somebody. So motherfuckers is dropping. One plus one is 2. You've been trying to kill people and shit. With poison, with spell, with harassment. You shouldn't have to have a high IQ. To understand that 1 plus 1 is 2. really they did it. This is the hands of them. Well, what about the hands of you? The they that you saying is the same they that you done been trying to kill. Trying to impact in some kind of a toxic way. Newsflash. Sounds like the pot calling a kettle. And to enact, it's one thing to think and to perceive and to be suspicious and to have, those are the natural processes of stuff, of life. But to go into premeditated, constructed plans and enacting such, that's another thing altogether, especially when you're talking about committing federal offenses. You don't get to just watch somebody because they have a different spirituality than you. You really need your religious beliefs checked if you actually feel that it is warranted. Some of you out there, you're just a sore loser. You're just mad that somebody stood up to you. You're just mad that somebody asserts themselves. You're just mad that somebody was able to move on from you. And that's really the goddamn bottom line. You're just mad somebody was willing to complain because everybody else is fucking cowards in your town. They about to be put in check for this cruelty. 39, they're about to be put in check for that. It's going into the reverse, trying to make you succumb to their power and control. They're about to get chin checked, nigga, next few months. They about to be forced into the dark night. Inner and outer work, because it's more about yapping out their damn mouth. It's more than about quoting and regurgitating and posting shit. Creation of all things is going in the reverse. Immorality, yeah, this was immoral. With they Bible, bitch. Just call themselves trying a nigga. Criminal enterprise. They about to get a surprise. All these delays, possible plans, delays, and retaliation. Their unnatural passion. This is, it's unnatural. These motherfuckers are unnatural with their Bible and cross, nigga. Black magic is going into the reverse, so they're about to reap it. And this is going to give them some school of some spiritual wisdom. They about to reap all this shit, honey. This attacks on your physicality. It says physical and moral imperfections. Whatever they were doing to affect your health and your well-being and your appearance and your physicality, black magic is here in reverse. This shit is about to ricochet and wrap around their heads. 25, somebody might be 25. Somebody might be 39, 47. This may be to do with 3 to 5 people plus. Yes, they are. So that they may end up getting some kind of physical, because if that's what they were doing to so-called, like, nigga. Okay. Unnatural. Yeah. The famine and sickness is theirs. Somebody may be 68. Or this could have, yes, at 68. Yeah, because they appealed to the lust. I told you, they appealed to the lust and the weak wills of people and getting people sick with magic and manipulation. They about to get scared of what it calls for being impressionable and easily causing war and violence to the collective on this bullshit so that they can cause losses. So they're about to experience these losses. I have success going into the reverse, and this is war and violence. They're about to reap it. And they're going to also reap some delays for causing delays. Religious and general conflicts, I said it. For money, the fall of empires. Trying to stop, because they've been trying to stop the fall of the empire. Ooh. This ego and this hatred. This loyalty to this ego of theirs and this hatred is going to kick their ass. It's going to kick their ass bad. Again, what they were doing to disable people, this immorality to try to, somebody's going to become disabled. They may be 60. This could be somebody who's disabled that should have known better. And they're going to have some fucking spiritual troubles, whether they believe in spiritual troubles or not, for causing them for you. And then they're going to get some fucking light of understanding, nigga. And justice shall be served, boom, for what they hit. Gavel, course adjourned. The honorable fucking feminine presides, bitch. And for this fucking scandal, this moon energy with 18, the shit that they've been hiding with the judicial system to win at all costs, out of their jealousy, what they were hasty to do. And they're going to have to pay some big time restitution with every fucking tactic, strategy, and delay, and every fucking attack. Game on!